South, you are thinking of this of age. On this other side, I see James Orengo. I think you should Google his age. It's almost 8 years. He's been in leadership for
if we could do an average. If we could do an average.
However,
their ages.
If you do, still, there's nobody else below 40 years. Mm-hmm. So our youth is 35 years and below.
I did not say youth, I said younger.
Yeah, okay. Maybe let's go with the younger Kenyans. Just to get back to your question, is Ruto, I wouldn't say Ruto is fully behind whatever the worst is happening in ODM, but it is in Ruto's interest to win 2027 election to partner with ODM. The same interest is at ODM. It's a 50-50 win. Everyone wants win. You know, ODM is in a position today that they think that is it better to have a half loaf of bread at the table or a full one in the bush? Do we go and hunt a full one, or we share the one that's already here? Mm-hmm. And that is a decision, and they're saying, they're in a thinking that we've been in this fight for long. Now today we have a chance to share a cake on the table. Let's do it. We've also had those in ODM, the old ones, you calling them, saying that Uhuru is behind the younger team, the younger team now of Sifuna, whereby we now see the game of politics of also the who's in this country trying to pull to their hand. So to my thinking is it's a game of politics. I never want to win the next election, and I think which best way should we win? Okay. Which best regions should we get? Which parties can we get the numbers so that we may win the next general elections?
Don't you think that also when it comes to the Western Kenya faction that hugely supported ODM back in 2022, that it would appear this move by the party would alienate that and probably leave it in a position where now President William Ruto can go directly to Western Kenya without necessarily needing ODM for that? Don't you think that is perhaps one of the reasons why they're saying that it is a win for President Ruto?
Not necessarily. We have the Tawe movement, and we've seen what Natembeya is doing in Trans Nzoia. He's following. We've seen DAPK, and they have their members of parliament, members of county assembly. You cannot really underrate that they do not have following. It's just that as we speak today, it may look so, but going forward, we know there'll be serious formations of coalition, whereby now it's going to depend where Tawe movement is going to partner with which kind of coalition. DAPK is going to a partner. Most of the time, you know, I live next to Western. They are my neighbors. They have more than 18 sub-tribes. And many times they do not vote in one block. They have different kinds of ways of
Although
voting.
ODM managed to get at least 10 MP seats from that region.
Yeah, they did. The ODM has always had a large following because of the influence of the likes of former Governor for Kakamega, Wycliffe of Paranya. And so such kind of leaders would also decide who. We've seen also, we cannot underrate the following of former Deputy Prime Minister and the current Prime CS, Musalia Mudavadi. He followed his party to join UDA. So it means there's a section of Western that would have gone to UDA. Wycliffe of Paranya is in the party.
Come on, Hans. Even Vihiga, where he comes from, the governor is from ODM. ODM was much stronger than ANC in Western Kenya.
Sure.
Yes.
You know, there's something I always say.
By alienating Western, the party may have left a huge block of its support. That, let's be honest, was not even controlled by Musalia Mudavadi. Doesn't it leave now William Ruto with a smooth ride into Western Kenya?
It is a very smooth ride, and I wouldn't want even to speak about that now. But it is, you know, I didn't want to make it too political now. We still wanted to discuss real facts, but it is politically, because, you know, there'll be a discussion that now Sifuna still holds. ODM still has the strongest support from ODM. But to be honest with it, if today ODM and UDA agree, you know, they haven't agreed, they are yet to do discussion. As we are an NDC for UDA, we're given the president to go ahead to do discussion with them. If they agree to work, it will be just a smooth ride in Western Kenya.
Considering Sifuna's future, right now he may have been able to hold everything, at least for the moment, for a few weeks. But once things start going this way, we know what the future holds. The question is, and many people are daring him to go and start his own outfit, do you think it would be an asset to the united opposition of which the DCP that you're part of is a member? Or do you think that he may be able, if he starts his own outfit, he may still be able to marshal the support of the Kenyan youth?
I don't even think so. I know so. Sifuna is vibrant. He is brilliant in all grounds. You know, we overlook the fact that this one is just a senator. Let me just put it that way. But after that ouster from ODM, we have a national uproar for a mere senator. Why? Because he's a raging inferno, and there is no way you're going to put him out. He stood for what he believed in. He's one of the few people who followed Raila Odinga to the latter, and in as much as sometimes, and when they felt like sometimes he was not making sane decisions, they stood against him and they told him, we know you're following this direction, we don't believe in this, but we're still together. And that makes him stand out.
Where do you think he would be more effective? By joining the united opposition or starting a third force towards 2027?
If Sifuna, no matter how much he tries, he can't join President William Ruto. Even if he tries, it's going to be a matter of pretense. He does not believe in the ideologies that are always presented by the
Do you think it would be a perfect fit because you had your party leader, the former deputy president, invite him to join that party? And he's not the only one. Other luminaries within the united opposition have invited him to join their parties. Would you think Sifuna would be more effective in that formation, or he would be more effective by starting a third force away from William Ruto and away from the united opposition, something else, like what they attempted to do with the Kenya Moja alliance that didn't go far? Where do you think it would be more effective?
I know the united opposition is coming strong, and I believe in my party. If he joins my party, he has an upper hand. But when we talk about Sifuna as an individual, minus party and everything, even if he came as a third force, he still has an upper hand to make it in this political scene.
Do you think such a third force could, because we've been talking about the youth and how disillusioned they appear